Hello Reddit. I'm not even sure where to start with this, but I need to get this off my chest. For the past 10 years I've been living a lie. My husband, who I thought was my rock, has been cheating on me. The shock came crashing down a few weeks ago, and I'm still reeling from the truth. I'm writing this not just to vent, but to get some clarity on how to handle the aftermath. It all started when I noticed something odd about a month ago. My husband, Mike, was getting very secretive with his phone. I thought it was just my imagination, but when he started locking it all the time and hiding it, my gut told me something was off. I tried to ignore it because honestly I didn't want to believe that Mike could do something like this. He was always the kind of guy who seemed so committed and loving. We had been together for 15 years and I thought we had built a solid foundation. One evening while he was in the shower, I noticed his phone on the kitchen counter. I debated for a while but finally decided to take a quick look. I know, not the best decision, but I was desperate to know what was going on. I don't know what I was expecting to find, but it was worse than I could have imagined. I saw a series of texts between Mike and another woman. They were flirty at first, but then I saw messages that were far more intimate. They mentioned meeting up multiple times, private jokes, and even plans for the future. My heart sank as I scrolled through the messages, realizing that this wasn't just a one-time affair. It was a full-blown relationship. The discovery was crushing. I felt like the world had turned upside down, and every happy memory I had with Mike felt tainted. I confronted him that night, and let's just say the conversation didn't go well. He tried to deny it at first, but the evidence was overwhelming. When I pressed him, he finally admitted that he had been seeing someone else for 10 years. 10 years. I was in complete shock. The anger and betrayal I felt were indescribable. How could he lie to me for a decade? How could he build a life with me while leading this double life? I demanded answers, but all he could say was that he was sorry and that he didn't know how to stop. It turns out that this other woman, Emma, was someone he met through work. They started off as friends and it slowly turned into something more. He claimed that he didn't intend for it to go this far, but as the years went by, it became harder to end things. According to him, he was too afraid of losing both me and Emma. I felt like my entire life had been shattered. The man I thought I knew, the man I had trusted with everything, had been living a lie. I started questioning everything. Our entire relationship, our future, and even myself. How did I not see the signs? Were there red flags I missed along the way? I'm still processing everything, and I don't know what the future holds for us. I'm considering therapy, both for myself and for us as a couple. But right now, I just need to figure out how to move forward. I feel so lost and betrayed, and I'm not sure how to begin to rebuild my life. I'm back with an update on the situation with Mike. I've been trying to make sense of everything and figure out what steps to take next. It's been a few weeks since I found out about his affair, and the emotional roller coaster has been intense. After our initial confrontation, Mike begged for another chance. He promised he would do anything to make things right. I was overwhelmed with a mix of emotions. Anger, sadness, confusion, and even a part of me that wanted to believe him. But another part of me, the part that felt betrayed and hurt, was screaming that I needed to take a step back and think clearly. I took some time for myself to process everything. I started looking into counseling options, both for individual therapy and couples therapy. I needed to understand my own feelings better and figure out if there was a path forward that didn't involve constant pain. I also wanted to make sure I wasn't just making decisions out of a reactionary impulse. During this time, Mike was trying to prove his commitment to me. He was open about his phone, allowing me to check it whenever I wanted. He even moved out of our bedroom to give me space, which I appreciated. He was doing everything he could think of to show he was serious about making amends. However, one of the hardest parts was confronting the reality of Emma, the woman he was involved with. I felt a burning curiosity and need to know who she was. I didn't want to contact her myself, but Mike eventually told me that she was someone he met through work. She was about 10 years younger than us and seemed to have a vibrant personality. I also learned that Emma was under the impression that Mike was separated from me. She thought he was single and available, which just added another layer of deception to the whole situation. Mike's explanation was that he had never had the courage to tell her the truth, but that doesn't excuse the lies. He had deceived both her and me, and that's something that I was struggling to come to terms with. One thing that really stuck with me was something a friend said. They mentioned that betrayal isn't just about the act itself but the impact it has on how you see the person who hurt you. I started questioning everything about my relationship with Mike. What was real? What was built on a foundation of lies? It was like everything I thought I knew was being dismantled. The thought of starting over is daunting, and I'm not sure if reconciliation is even possible. I've been leaning heavily on friends and family for support. Their perspectives have been invaluable, helping me to see things from angles I hadn't considered before. Mike has been persistent in his apologies and his requests for forgiveness. He's been expressing remorse and guilt, and I can see that he's truly upset with himself. But does that mean I should give him another chance? I'm struggling with this decision every day. The emotional weight is immense, and I'm not sure what's the best path forward. So it's been a few more weeks, and I've been trying to navigate through the chaos that has become my life. Mike's attempts to make things right have continued, and I've been grappling with whether or not to give him another chance. One of the things I did was meet with a therapist for individual counseling. It's been eye-opening and incredibly helpful. I'm learning to understand my emotions better, and to make decisions from a place of clarity, rather than sheer hurt. Therapy has helped me process my feelings of betrayal, and given me tools to deal with the emotional aftermath. In addition to my therapy, I've been considering whether or not to attend couples therapy with Mike. He's been pushing for it, believing it's a critical step towards repairing our relationship. I'm torn because part of me thinks it might help us communicate better and work through our issues, while another part of me feels that I'm being pressured into it. To complicate matters, I recently had an unexpected conversation with one of Mike's friends. During a casual meetup, I found out that Mike had been hiding other aspects of his life from his friends too. Apparently, he had told them a different story about why he was so distant and preoccupied. Hearing this made me question how deep the deceit went and how much Mike had really been hiding. I also did some research on how to handle infidelity and what might be involved in the healing process. I learned that many couples face similar issues, and there's a range of outcomes. Some manage to rebuild their relationship stronger than before, while others find that the trust is too damaged to repair. This information has been both reassuring and terrifying. It's comforting to know that there are paths forward, but it's also daunting to realize the complexity involved in healing from such a betrayal. Another significant step was reaching out to Emma, the other woman. I didn't contact her directly but rather found out through mutual acquaintances that she had decided to cut ties with Mike. She was devastated, but her decision to step away seemed to be a step in the right direction. It was clear that she had been deeply hurt, and while it didn't excuse Mike's actions, it helped me understand that she, too, had been a victim of his lies. I also started looking into legal options and what it would mean if I decided to end the marriage. It's a difficult consideration, especially given that we've built a life together. The idea of starting over is overwhelming, and the practical implications are daunting. However, I need to be realistic about what's best for my own mental and emotional well-being. Mike has been trying to show that he's committed to change. He's been attending counseling himself and has been very transparent about his actions and intentions. But trust, once broken, is not easily repaired. I'm finding it hard to envision a future where I can fully trust him again. I'm back again with more updates. Things have been moving at a whirlwind pace, and I'm still trying to piece everything together. The emotional roller coaster continues, and each day brings new challenges. Mike has been pushing hard for reconciliation, and it's clear that he's deeply remorseful. He's been attending individual therapy regularly, which he says has been eye-opening for him. He's also been more transparent about his actions, which, while painful, has given me some insight into his mindset. One thing that's become evident is that Mike has been struggling with deep-seated issues that contributed to his infidelity. He's mentioned feeling unfulfilled and unhappy for years, though he never communicated these feelings to me. He claims that his affair was a misguided attempt to find solace and validation, but hearing this doesn't change the fact that he hurt me deeply. We finally decided to start couples therapy. It was a big step for me, but I felt it was worth a try, especially since we've both invested so much into our relationship. The first few sessions have been intense. We've had to confront painful truths, and the process has been exhausting. Our therapist has been helping us navigate through our feelings and work on rebuilding communication, which is crucial for any chance of moving forward. One of the most difficult parts of this whole ordeal has been dealing with the aftermath of the betrayal. Friends and family have been very supportive, but they also have their own opinions on what I should do. Some believe I should give Mike another chance, while others think I should end the relationship to protect my own well-being. It's hard to balance their advice with what I truly feel is right for me. I've also been trying to focus on self-care, which has been a challenge. The emotional weight has been draining, and I've been finding solace in activities that I enjoy, like reading and spending time with close friends. It's been a reminder that I need to take care of myself and not let the situation consume my entire being. An unexpected but helpful conversation happened recently when I spoke with one of Mike's colleagues who had known about the affair. They expressed regret for not coming forward sooner. While it didn't change what happened, it provided me with some clarity about how Mike had been living a double life. It also made me realize that there were many layers to this situation that I hadn't fully grasped before. I'm still weighing my options and trying to figure out the best path forward. The idea of forgiving Mike and trying to rebuild our life together is a daunting one. I'm not sure if it's even possible to fully repair the trust that's been broken. The process is slow and I'm taking it one step at a time. I'm here with another update. Things have continued to evolve, and I'm trying to navigate through the complex emotions and decisions that have come with discovering Mike's infidelity. The journey has been challenging, and I'm starting to get a clearer picture of where I stand. Couples therapy has been both enlightening and exhausting. We've delved into the root causes of our issues, and it's become clear that there were many aspects of our relationship that needed addressing long before the affair came to light. It's been a process of rebuilding communication and understanding each other's needs and feelings. While it's been helpful, it hasn't erased the pain or fixed the trust issues overnight. Mike has been putting in the effort to make changes and improve himself, which I acknowledge. He's been more present and engaged, and he's actively working on addressing his emotional and psychological challenges. He's also been open about his mistakes and has taken full responsibility for his actions. But despite these efforts, I'm still grappling with how to move forward. One significant development is that I've started setting boundaries for myself. I need to prioritize my own emotional health and ensure that I'm not losing myself in the process of trying to fix our relationship. This means taking time for self-care, pursuing activities that bring me joy, and leaning on my support system. It's been a vital part of my healing process. Additionally, I've been reflecting on our future together. The idea of reconciliation is complex. On one hand, I want to believe that we can work through this and come out stronger. On the other hand, I'm cautious about diving back into a relationship that has been fundamentally shaken. It's a delicate balance between hope and realism. I've also been considering the possibility of separation. It's not a decision I've taken lightly, but the thought of continuing in a relationship where trust has been so deeply damaged is daunting. If we do decide to part ways, it will be a difficult transition, but one that might be necessary for my own well-being and growth. Mike's reaction to the possibility of separation has been heartbreaking. He's expressed deep regret and has been trying to show how much he values our relationship. He's committed to doing whatever it takes to make things right, but I'm still unsure if that's enough. I'm aware that forgiveness and moving on may take many forms, and I'm still figuring out what's best for me. The process of healing and decision-making continues to be a roller coaster. I'm taking each day as it comes and trying to stay true to myself throughout this journey. It's been a test of patience, self-awareness, and resilience. The future remains uncertain, but I'm determined to make choices that are right for me. I'm back with another update, and the situation with Mike continues to evolve. The past few weeks have been filled with more introspection and decision-making as I work through the complexities of our relationship. Our couples therapy sessions have provided some clarity, but it's clear that the road to healing is long and uncertain. We've been working on improving our communication, and I've been focusing on expressing my feelings and needs more openly. It's been a process of learning how to have honest and constructive conversations, which is a significant step towards rebuilding trust. One major breakthrough in therapy was identifying and addressing the underlying issues that contributed to the infidelity. Mike has been open about his struggles with dissatisfaction and his failure to communicate those feelings to me. It's been painful to hear, but it's also helped me understand some of the dynamics that were at play in our relationship. However, despite these efforts, I'm still wrestling with my emotions and the decision about our future. There have been moments of genuine connection and progress, But there are also frequent reminders of the betrayal that are hard to shake off. The emotional scars from the affair are still raw, and it's difficult to fully trust Mike again, even though he's making significant efforts to change. I've been leaning on my friends and family for support, and their perspectives have been invaluable. Some of them believe that reconciliation is possible if both partners are committed to the process, while others think that moving on might be the healthier option. I'm grateful for their support, but also feeling the weight of their opinions as I navigate this decision. Additionally, I've been focusing on my own personal growth. I've started engaging in activities that bring me joy and fulfillment, which has been a positive distraction from the constant stress of the situation. It's been a reminder that I need to take care of myself and find happiness independent of what's happening with Mike. One thing that has become clear is that I need to make a decision that aligns with my own values and well-being. Whether that means working through our issues and trying to rebuild our relationship or choosing to move on and start anew, I need to be honest with myself about what is best for me. Mike has been persistent in his efforts to show his commitment to change, and he's been trying to make amends in every possible way. He's been attending individual therapy regularly and has been more transparent about his actions and intentions. However, despite these efforts, I'm still grappling with whether or not I can fully forgive him and trust him again. The process of healing and decision-making continues to be challenging, and I'm taking it one day at a time. The future remains uncertain, but I'm committed to making choices that are right for me and prioritizing my own emotional health. I'm back with another update on my situation with Mike. As the days go by, I'm continuing to reflect on our relationship and the choices ahead. The journey has been emotionally draining, and each step forward brings its own set of challenges. Recently, Mike and I had a major conversation about our future. It was a difficult discussion, but it was necessary to address where we both stand and what we want moving forward. Mike expressed his deep remorse and a strong desire to rebuild our relationship. He's been making significant efforts, attending therapy, and being more open about his feelings. But despite his actions, the question of whether we can truly move past this betrayal remains. I've been trying to balance my desire for closure with the hope that things could improve. I'm still struggling with trust issues and the lingering pain from the affair. It's been a roller coaster of emotions, and I find myself questioning whether I can ever fully regain trust in Mike. The idea of forgiveness and moving on is complicated, and I'm not sure if it's something I can achieve in the foreseeable future. One significant factor in my decision-making process has been reflecting on our shared history and the life we've built together. We've had many happy moments and achievements, but the weight of the betrayal has overshadowed them. I've been thinking about whether those positive aspects can outweigh the damage done, or if the trust that's been broken is too fundamental to repair. In addition to therapy, I've been seeking advice from close friends and family. Their support has been invaluable, but their opinions also add to the pressure I feel. Some encourage me to give Mike another chance, believing that people can change and that our relationship is worth saving. Others suggest that moving on might be the healthier choice, especially considering the depth of the betrayal. I've also been taking steps to focus on my own personal growth. Engaging in activities that bring me joy and pursuing new interests has been a positive distraction. It's helped me remember that I need to prioritize my own well-being and not lose myself in the process of trying to fix our relationship. Mike has been trying to show that he's committed to change, and he's been making an effort to be more transparent and supportive. However, I'm still grappling with the idea of whether these efforts are enough to rebuild the trust that was shattered. The emotional weight of the situation continues to be heavy, and it's challenging to envision a future where I can fully trust and forgive him. I'm still in the process of deciding what's best for me and our relationship. It's a journey that requires careful thought and reflection. The future remains uncertain, and I'm taking each day as it comes, focusing on what feels right for my own emotional health and well-being. I'm here with the last update on my journey with Mike. After much reflection, therapy, and emotional turmoil, I've finally come to a decision about our relationship. Mike and I had several deep and heartfelt conversations about our future. He continued to show remorse and made considerable efforts to demonstrate his commitment to change. While I appreciate his efforts and acknowledge his attempts to address the issues that led to his infidelity, the process of healing has been incredibly difficult. After weighing all the factors and considering my own emotional well-being, I've decided that it's best for me to move on. The betrayal has left deep scars, and despite the progress we made in therapy, the trust that was broken is something I'm finding too challenging to rebuild. The constant reminders of the affair and the lingering pain have made it clear that a fresh start is what I need to heal and find happiness. Ending the relationship is not a decision I made lightly. It comes with its own set of challenges and emotions, but I believe it's the best path forward for me. I need to prioritize my own healing and focus on building a future where I can find peace and fulfillment. The idea of starting anew is daunting, but it also brings with it the hope of new beginnings and the opportunity to rediscover myself. Mike has been supportive of my decision, though it's clear that he is deeply hurt by it. He's expressed his understanding and respect for my choice, even though it's painful for both of us. I'm grateful for the closure that this decision brings and the clarity I've gained through this process. As I move forward, I'm focusing on self-care and surrounding myself with supportive friends and family. I'm also looking forward to new opportunities and experiences that will help me grow and heal. It's a time of transition, and while it's filled with uncertainty, I'm committed to taking it one step at a time. Thank you all for your support and advice throughout this journey. Your insights and encouragement have been invaluable. The story is over, but the journey of healing and moving forward is just beginning.